Hi! For those of you who don't know me, my name is Victoria Radford. I am a professional makeup artist and skincare therapist here in Toronto, Canada, and I also own a beauty brand. I woke up this morning just feeling terrible. It's the middle of winter in Canada, it's minus 7 million degrees, and I am just so busy. Terrible in a relative term. I just feel like someone is pressing down on my chest, like I have too much weight that I'm carrying around. So I decided to turn my camera on, and I decided to do a very quick 5-minute face. And this is one of the things that I do when I'm not feeling great. I get out of bed and I take some time for myself. I do a little bit of makeup, and it's so interesting how it instantly changes my mood. I'm not saying that it solves all the world's problems or anything, but if I'm feeling in a funk, there's nothing like putting on some clothes and feeling like I can check some boxes. I read a lot of self-help books because I find them so interesting, like the psychology of being an entrepreneur, and basically I love the understanding why I feel a certain way. And one of the things that a lot of books will recommend is getting up and making your bed every day, because it makes you feel like you've checked something off your list. I do not make my bed every day. I would love to, I aspire to, but it's like, it doesn't give me the same kind of feeling as doing what I just did, which is 5 minutes of makeup, putting myself into kind of a different place mentally. And I just thought we should do that together, because if there's one person that can relate to this, then I'm looking at you. And that's, what we're all here for, to be able to relate to each other and know that we're not alone. So let's get started. This is my favorite little trick I call the mini eye lift. I just take a little bit of bronzer, and you can do this with a brush or with your finger. In general, I do it with my finger, mostly because I'm lazy. And usually I'm doing my makeup very quickly before I go to work in the morning with, grand total of 3 products. Just makes your eye look so much more awake, because optically it pulls back this skin. Just, hello. For my favorite no makeup, but I need a pick-me-up makeup, I love rose gold. This is one of my products, and I have no idea where my brush is. I did not prepare for this video properly, but I really wanted to hang out with you guys, so I thought I'm just gonna do how I pick me up with you. And then I also love it in my eyelid as well. And the reason I can get away with using such a big brush is because it's so flat and it's quite dense, so I can feel where it's brushing the product on really well. Sometimes when I do a makeup lesson and someone has these kind of old frayed brushes that they're trying to do anything with, I'm like, you're not doing yourself any favors trying to use something like that. Okay, I love warming up my hands. It just kind of melts everything in, and I always take this opportunity to give myself some love, some much needed love. And what I really like to tell myself when I start feeling overwhelmed or a little bit, stressy, depressy. It's Canada, so cold right now. I always let myself know that I'm going to be my own best friend. And if this weekend all I feel like doing is watching funny movies and eating ice cream, then that's what we're going to do. I'm testing one of my concealers from the show in Los Angeles. So this is a prototype. I think it's going to be too light for me. However, if I ever have concealer that's a little too light, oh yeah, that's too light. But that's okay, watch, this is my little trick. Instead of using it like a concealer, and I already know that this, it's a very, very translucent formula, kind of like, almost like touche éclat, that's what the concept is. And I'm almost using it as if it is a matte highlighter, a matte brightener, which I think is what everyone's trying to do with like this kind of new shape that everyone's doing with the concealer. The problem is if you are almost 42, which I am, you don't want any concealer here at all. So I'm putting it here, here, not in and obviously this particular formula is not a concealer per se, it's like more like a wash. So that looks really pretty. Not very much. And I'm just going down this little line and then what's ever left on my brush. Nice. Could use a little touch. A little titchy touch more right here and here. And I'll just use my finger so you can see it better. That's really nice concealer. Whenever we go to these shows, I always get a pep talk before we go. Now, Victoria, you need to stay focused. We're only doing this thing, and this thing. And I'm like, absolutely. First of all, how dare you? Of course I'm staying focused. And only these 3 things. And then I come home and I'm like, but I'm gonna do a little glow. This is the RMS Beauty Living Luminizer. I like it because it's definitely the most like balm skin. It looks almost like I'm using like a Vaseline, if that makes sense, but in a good way. It's not sticky. And that effect on my skin, see how it looks a little bit like I'm super moisturized? That lasts all day without compromising your foundation in a from within, you know, all the things I like. My only qualm with it is I hate sticking my fingers in things. Look, this is like brand new and it's already unappealing to me because it's, you know, I stuck my finger in with foundation on it. Clean that off. Okay, I wanna know your feelings about a wire brush versus one of these silicone brushes. Let me put them next to each other. So this one is wire, this one is silicone. I scoured the internet the other day. I was on Sephora's website just reading people's opinions on the different brushes. And from what I can gather, it's a pretty mixed opinion. And it's pretty strong. So it seems like you either love wire brushes and hate silicone brushes. Most of the complaints on a silicone brush is that they stab you. So I'm assuming the person who's using it just isn't used to using that type of a brush. And then people that love wire brushes, it's because they think that it is able to do something different to your lashes. Like it kind of like lifts them, or the way that it goes on like takes off all of the clumps. And then there are people that feel the exact opposite, that the wire brushes are the only brushes that comb through the lashes. And I'm assuming it's just because they're used to it, and that is the only way to get every single lash. Most mascaras to me are just like, okay. It takes a lot for me to be wowed when it comes to mascara and when it comes to foundation. I'm tough on those 2 fronts. Let's just do, oh, I didn't do the thing. This is just the tint, brow tint. And I like brunette lights. Just a little, you know, a little something, just to give it a little bit more of a framing, but not really to change the way my brows look. Let's go for my all-time favorite everyday lip tint color. This is Mocha. And to me, this is just my lips, but better, but like much better. It's just the perfect amount of moisture and color, in my humble opinion. Oh, all right, I feel much better. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I would love to know if when you're feeling a little bit low, if taking some time and putting on a quick 5-minute face just to brighten your mood and brighten your day, if that works for you. So yeah, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you'd like to see, because I'm really enjoying this. It's like I was telling Francesca the other day, it's strangely cathartic to hang out with you guys every day, and it hit me. I was like, it's kind of like a journal. It's like journaling. I used to journal when I was a little kid, and I journaled for a long time until I was a teenager, and then just stopped. And this kind of reminds me of it, because I'm just, I don't know, talking to you. I don't really talk about things that I'm going through that much, like with my husband, obviously, but and you know, my best friends. I guess I talk a little bit. I don't publicly talk about the things I'm going through. So yeah, I don't know. It feels cathartic. So you guys, you mean a lot to me, and I really appreciate you being here. And I'll talk to you soon. I hope you have a great day. Mwah.